it's very important for us to start to grasp the importance of the soul and how the emotions are the key to you opening up your soul. Because what I've also found is all of the other soul attributes, so my ability to hear you telepathically, for example, my ability to feel your feelings, they all came from opening up my soul. They're all things that came as a result of going through this clearing work and working through my soul problems.
Because you could really say, you've talked a lot about the law-based restrictions, haven't you?
Yep.
You now have law-based rewards.
Rewards. So, see, if you're in a state where you are worried about everything, you really don't want to hear everybody else's worries.
No.
Do you understand? So that's one reason why there's a restriction of the law for you to feel other people's feelings. If you're not capable of coping with your own worries, how are you ever going to handle other people's projected at you all the time? If you can't handle your own grief, how are you ever going to cope with other people's grief around you? You're going to be trying to shut them down all the time, right? So what I also realised through this process was the more I dealt with my own stuff, the greater capacity I had to feel everybody else. And it didn't hurt to feel them. Yeah. It felt good to feel them. It's like, I only have to spend a few moments in your company and I already know you. You think I don't, but I do. But I also often know you better than you know yourself. Now, many people in Australia who have spent a longer time with me know that, because I've had that experience on a personal level over and over again, where they thought they felt one thing and they thought they felt another thing, and we talk about something and then they realise, what I'm saying was true. I can even tell them their history. There are things like, what happened to them as a child, why they feel, how bad they feel, why they feel that, right? None of those capacities were with me when I was 33. None of them, right? So what I'm trying to say here is there are rewards for doing this. God's not, you got to do all this hard work and at the end of it you get nothing anyway. That kind of thing. It's not like that, God wants to give you gifts, and some of those gifts are these incredible, like spiritual gifts, like understanding yourself, understanding your own motivations, and being really self-aware. Also, understanding other people, understanding their motivations, and being really aware what drives them. And they don't even have to tell you. You can feel from them what the problems are, and you can and if you're confused about it, you can ask God and he can tell you some extra bits about it, and then you're not confused. There are so many gifts that come from this process of, you could call it breaking down, opening up your heart. It's breaking down the restrictions to your heart. And if you can think of your soul as your heart, the feelings that you have, and really what you're trying to do is open it up and soften it up, and that's why I love that verse in the Bible. There's a verse in the Bible that says that God is going to turn your heart of stone into a heart of flesh. Yep. And the way God does that is by gifting you love to the point where your stony heart can receive some and start softening. And what will happen is that as your stony heart starts to become a heart of flesh, you'll realise, I've got all these feelings that have been stored up with me for years and years and years, and they're going to have to come out. So it's also a bit like this. Imagine you had a pet, like a dog or something, and it was thrown into a cactus bush. right? And all over its skin, it just had cactus prickles. All over it. You imagine every time it moved, it would be painful, wouldn't it? Every time it did something. To a large degree, this is what we become. We've been put in this unloving situation, which is like prickles, like cactus spikes, and they're now in us. They've got to come out, right? And you know what we try to do instead is we try to wrap it all up and bandage it all up and, but leave it there. And we think that's the solution. But all that's going to happen then is it just festers more and more and more and get worse. So what God wants to do is God wants to pull them all out. They are your emotional injuries. And God wants to pull them out. He wants to help you pull them out. He's going to help you identify them, help you see where they are, help you grab them, help you pull them out. He's going to do all of that. But you need to be willing. Yeah? Willing. And this is our problem, is that the majority of us are not willing. We're not willing. We go, what? You expect us to go through all that pain again? But the real problem is we never went through it properly the first time. Understand? So we were never allowed to. That's the real problem. And if you can allow yourself to go through it, go through the experience, everything will work out. And that's one of the things we'd like to reassure you of. Yeah? It's going to require your courage, your perseverance, and your desire to feel. You've got helpers, you've got spirits who want to help you, you've got people on earth who want to help you. You've got knowledge now. You can work with the knowledge you receive about the soul. You can work with that. On the websites, we've got like thousands of videos. A lot of them are about how to process through things emotionally, how to work through all of that. The emotional opening must occur if you want a relationship with God. But also, if you even want a relationship with yourself, and even if you want a relationship with your other half, or even if you just want a relationship with your children or friends, at some point your heart has to be softer. Anyway, so let's do that. Yeah? Let's do that. Now, some of you will go, it's too hard, and some of you will go, what is he talking about? He's masochistic sadist telling me to feel my feelings. Now, that's okay. When you hit the spirit world, you're going to be asked to do it. At some point, you're going to have to do it, because without it, progress is not really possible. And if you ever want to experience the bliss of the celestial realms of the spirit world, it's going to have to be done. The sin has to go. It's a creation of humanity. Humanity is responsible for getting it gone. There's not going to be any Messiah come along and save you from it. God's not going to save you from it. He only corrects his own creations. Of course, he never makes any mistakes, so he's never had to correct his own creations. And he expects you to take responsibility for yours. Make sense? So no one's going to save you from it. There's no Messiah coming in the future that's going to save the world from anything other than educating you about your own emotions. Yeah?